Imagine this. You are a masterpiece of complexity, capable of profound love and sharp intellect. Yet you find yourself in a silent war, not for his attention, but for his absence. Your heart doesn't quicken for the one who offers stability and adoration. It aches for the one whose affection is a ghost, there one moment, gone the next. He is a fortress of emotional unavailability, and every withheld compliment, every canceled plan, feels like a challenge you are desperate to win. This is the great paradox of the modern heart. The more distant he is, the more intensely you are pulled into his orbit, chasing the faint echo of a validation he deliberately refuses to give. Why does this happen? Why does a part of your soul, against all logic, equate this emotional scarcity with value? We are taught that love should be nurturing, a safe harbor. So why does the storm feel so much more compelling? This isn't a simple flaw in your character. It is a deeply wired ancient programming. You are not chasing the man. You are chasing the reflection of yourself you see in the cold mirror of his indifference. A reflection that asks a terrifying, unspoken question. Am I enough to conquer the unconquerable? This desperate quest for an answer is what fuels the chase, a psychological trap already sprung. And to understand its mechanism is to take the first step toward dismantling it forever. This compulsion is not a modern dysfunction, but an ancient survival mechanism twisted by the modern world. Carl Jung would call it the animus, the internal masculine blueprint a woman carries. When this inner figure is rooted in absence or critique, she is magnetically drawn to men who mirror that familiar void, believing that by filling his emptiness, she can finally heal her own. It is a profound misdirection of the life force. Philosophically, Friedrich Nietzsche glimpsed this when he wrote of the will to power, the drive for self-overcoming. In the emotionally barren landscape of a distant man, the chase becomes a perverted arena for this will. Your ingenuity, your resilience, your very worth are tested in the crucible of his silence. Every crumb of affection feels like a hard-won victory, a proof of your strength and specialness. Society compounds this, conditioning you to value what is scarce, as if a heart readily available is a heart with no value at all. You are not broken. You are participating in a hidden psychological economy where scarcity is mistaken for prestige, and the pursuit itself has become a substitute for the terrifying vulnerability of genuine, reciprocal connection. But this pursuit has a cost, one that silently erodes the foundation of the self. If this descent into the hidden psychology of attraction is resonating with you, subscribe now. The deepest layers of this trap and the silent consequences it has on your life are what we will unravel next, and you will not want to miss it. The true cost of this chase is not the wasted time or the heartache, but the silent, systematic erosion of your own reality. This is the unseen consequence. You are gradually being gaslit by your own psyche. Each time you rationalize his coldness as depth or his unavailability as ambition, you sever a connection to your own intuitive truth. Your brain, wired for pattern seeking, becomes trapped in a labyrinth of cognitive biases. The intermittent reinforcement of his occasional warmth, a neurological trick identical to a slot machine's payout, hooks you deeper than consistent kindness ever could. You are addicted to solving the puzzle, not to receiving the love. Culturally, you are conditioned to see this torment as romantic, a grand passion worthy of poetry. But this is a lie sold to keep you consuming the fantasy instead of demanding the substance. Your identity becomes a satellite, orbiting his distant star, defined by its pull. Your own light dims, your passions fade into the background static of this all-consuming mission. The most dangerous prison is one you cannot see, and this chase builds its walls not around you, but within you, brick by silent brick. Yet, this realization is not the end. It is the key. For what happens when you stop chasing the ghost and turn to face the emptiness you were trying to fill? The rebellion begins not with a grand gesture toward him, but with a quiet, radical turn inward. It demands you commit the ultimate act of heresy, to stop seeing his distance as a challenge to be conquered, and to start seeing your chase as the cage it truly is. This is a philosophical revolt, echoing Viktor Frankl's insight that between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies your power and your freedom. The counterintuitive solution is to withdraw the very energy that fuels the dynamic. You must stop feeding the ghost. This means consciously redirecting the immense creativity and resilience you poured into decoding him back onto the canvas of your own life. Reclaim your attention. Pursue a skill with the fervor you once reserved for analyzing his texts. Cultivate friendships that require no decoding. This is not about playing a new game. It is about abandoning the old one entirely. It is about making your own existence so vivid, so compelling, that the silent treatment of an emotionally stunted man becomes nothing more than a boring, distant whisper. You are not learning to win his love. You are building a world where it is no longer a relevant currency. But this rebellion leads to a final, terrifying, and liberating frontier. This rebellion against conditioned desires is just the beginning. If you're ready to explore the final, most powerful truth that redefines this entire dynamic, ensure you're subscribed. The conclusion will change how you see every relationship you've ever had. The ultimate truth, the final seismic shift, is this: you are never chasing him. You are chasing a phantom limb of your own wholeness, a shadow self you believed only his validation could make real. His distance was merely the empty canvas upon you, projected your deepest question. Am I worthy? And in the aching void of his non-answer, you found a perverse purpose. The final realization is that the fortress you were trying to storm was never his heart. It was your own. You were the distant one, hiding from the terrifying responsibility of being fully present and accountable for your own fulfillment. To stand in the radiant, unyielding light of your own sovereignty, with no one to blame and no puzzle to solve, is the most courageous act. It is to understand that the most powerful attraction is not something you feel for another, but a gravitational pull you generate from within. Now, the silence is no longer his to weaponize. It is yours to fill with the sound of your own becoming. The chase is over. The real journey has just begun. This attraction is complex and multifaceted. It's not just about the bad boy type or social dynamics. It's about the way these men make women feel, like they're desired, but not in a straightforward way. It's a desire that's mixed with a bit of frustration and confusion. To sum it up, the attraction to emotionally distant men is all about the thrill of the challenge and the fear of vulnerability. These men often represent the puzzle to be solved, and it's this mystery that draws women in. If you've ever found yourself drawn to someone who's emotionally distant, share your story in the comments below. And if you're interested in more videos on relationship dynamics, check out my next video where we explore another fascinating aspect of human connection. If this final truth landed with the weight of a long-awaited revelation, let us know your thoughts in the comments. For more journeys into the shadows of the human psyche, subscribe and turn on notifications. The path to self-mastery continues.